Yes.
Anyone else need one?
Lucor could use one if we have a spare.
Yes.
Alright, so those are our drop markers. We'll try to recreate it as the elevator goes down as well for later on. What I really want people to focus on for this is pre-positioning before the cast of the blood to be in a position to drop the pools as close as possible to the relevant marker. So it is going to require paying attention when plasma discharge is about to go out, that particularly the range and the healers start biasing towards the drop point as much as possible. Then if you don't have it when it goes out, get out of the way of the people that do. So we're going to start at red as the first drop point and work our way counterclockwise from there. Remember to stay out of the way of the charge when he goes and drops the hammer, or when he goes to pick it up.
And we're starting between red and blue, yes?
Yeah, just red. Yeah, red, and as it fills up towards blue. I will endeavor to do the best that I can to call out the laser. I'll have the diamond on my head, so we'll stack up and then move as a group. Okay, anybody got any questions?
I may have to run out and go get food because I ordered some and it's coming soon. So if so, I'll put myself on the edge and just, if I get it, I get it, and I'll die over there.
Roger. Did you put down lock rocks? I missed them.
Multiple times.
Oh. Alright. Okay. Thank you. Can't imagine what I was doing.
Makes you
All right.
feel better. I have lock rocks and I don't remember picking them up.
Instinct, man. Alright, let's give it a count and go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Initiating plasma collection. Initiating blood dispersal of target hole.
Really don't want two people to talk to each other like that.
Yeah, I think it was a thing that...
Yeah. Sorry about that. I tried to stay a little forward after that.
Schedule coming out. We'll drop blood on the blue marker. Plasma discharge coming. Drop it on blue. Everybody else move away.
Cudgel retreat.
Pretty good spot on blue.
Initiating blood dispersal of target hole.
Drop it towards blue.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Cudgel coming out. Get distance from blue when it does. Alright, everybody stack up on the purple diamond. We will be moving to our right as we need for the lasers.
Entering standby.
First laser's going to be to our left.
Yeah, and the next one will move a little bit to the right, and once we're clear on that next one, it's just a solid line down. Let's go ahead and move a little bit to our right. That ought to do it. We ought to be clear all the way down over here. Yeah, they all lined up real nicely. A red and a blue marker will be down. We'll drop bloods towards red first and then move counterclockwise.
Those markers are going to disappear.
Nope, I just put them down.
With one coalescent blood, mostly up.
I'll take the boss initially for you.
Lost it.
Bust it. Schedule coming out. Remember distance. We'll drop the next one towards green. I was discharging about 8 for that. Green.
Activate. Cudgel retrieval.
We'll clear up green. Next drop will be over by purple. If you're in it, you gotta use the CD if you got one.
Yeah. Down to 2 healers.
Yeah, go ahead and get Chubbs up, please. Go ahead and get Chubbs and Knight up. At this point. Nope. No, get Karma up. We lost the tank somehow.
Cudgel retrieval.
So let's get Chubbs and raced up, please.
We don't have anybody stopping fixate, so range get on that.
And you want to fixate your boss.
I do fine.
Next plasma discharge will be an orange cudgel coming out. Remember to get distance from it.
Run away, little girl. Cudgel. Run away.
It's too far away. I'm out of range.
Could you pull him back a little bit, Blind?
Cudgel retrieval.
Oh, he's getting good cheese schedule.
Yep. That's perfect.
You
You got it. Good job, guys.
depleted. Shutting down.
Ten whole Sengu cells. Yay.
Trash will spawn. Don't forget as we drop the stuff here.
Karma, were you putting that up?
Yeah, sorry. Alright. Alright, roll for the 370 crit haste gloves.
I got a 37.
And not see anybody else, so 37 wins it.
Woohoo!
Wait. What crit haste gloves? Because I didn't see
leather.
them.
The leather crit haste gloves that Karma posted.
Wait, what? I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
So, leather crit haste gloves, 370.
Did link 'em.
Posted. Tie at 37.
Linked them, then there was a lot of chatter.
Yeah.
Oh wait, okay, no, there is intellect. Okay.
Yeah, it'll switch. Alright, I got Rye with a 90 unless anybody else wants to make a big case for it.
Lil might when she comes back. I don't know.
Cloth.
They're leather. She's a
Oh,
cloth
right,
wearer.
right.
Alright. Going to Rye.
I was just looking out for other people who might want haste.
I think every DPSer wants haste at this point.
Yay. You can't beat that 90 anyway, Stavi. I guarantee it. Roll. That was Townie. That wasn't Stavi.
Someone else beat it though.
Oh, cheater. Cheater.
Ha! I did it anyway.
You cheated.
He did. Crazy.
Messed up.
Don't count my roll though. I got 365.
Yeah, I got gloves for my 370 Warcraft this week. And they're just versatility and massive good.
Lose death.
Doesn't look like raptors.
They got the mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Your lead here, guys.
I can be interrupted too.
Opening decontamination chamber.
Somebody make me a sunflower.
I am the matron of tenacity, herald of endless research. Designation, Mother.
Ah, she must be the
Chicks
reason
gonna
the
start
corruption
coming.
has not completely overtaken this facility.
Alert. Contaminated life forms detected. Incinerators engaged.
The doors are locked. Shut down that machine before we are reduced to ash.
Healers, we're gonna try rearranging the groups again, so shout out if it works your UI. Hopefully it doesn't as badly tonight.
Well, there's only groups 7 and 8 that cause problems. Yes, you can move stuff into 6.
I haven't done this fight in normal.
Someone let me know what the healing split up is. I assume Knight's going first.
Sure. Sure. Let's go Knight, Vel, Chubbs, me and Mac in the last one. So we're going to divide up into groups of 4 here, but really what we want is sort of 2 at a time going. We're going to start earlier, obviously. Probably at about 35 room energy with the crossovers. Just make sure you stagger it, and we're going to trouble is we get anything more than 3 people passing over at the same time. The raid-wide dot from crossing over the center is what's killing us. Just not have enough time to catch up as a healer. So for the people who were not here, you'll see there's 3 rooms separated by the blue barrier. Each room is a testing area where she will use various things like fire under your feet. She'll use wind to try to blow you into a pit on either side that you got to push against. In the second and third room, there is a laser grid that crosses the room. Basically, you're avoiding the damage from all that. But the real killer is each time you pass through one of those screens, it's a one-way trip. It does a raid-wide damage, and it spawns an ad. The ad is one of those slime blobs. The ad has to be interrupted as it casts, and you can't have too many of them spawning at once, so they all get interrupted. That's why we want no more than 2 people going through at a time. All right, so we're just going through basically in the order of the groups. So the first group through is going to be 3 of the 5 people in group 1. That's going to be Armok, Purple, and Blind. Then the next group is going to be group 2, then group 3, then group 4, group 5, group 6, and the last 2 people in group 1, which are Mac and Karma. Val, if you'll call off the room energy for us as well, like when we get to 30. And basically we want a slow but steady stream of people transitioning through. Just call it out if you're about to walk through, yada yada. Questions?
What percentage do we start going through at?
35.
Okay.
All the healers okay on the raid frames?
I am.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's everybody make sure you get buff back up, and we'll go. We'll lust in the last room as soon as we have full crossover, because that's when she starts taking more damage.
There'll be a beam that comes from the ceiling on heroic, and you got to stand in the line of stuff on the floor for that one.
Is that like the big wheel of death, the looking thing? That one? Or
Yeah,
I'm
they're
thinking
like-
about a different one.
It's like a little spinny thing, like a whole row of them.
Yeah. Okay. It's another version of the laser grid, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, in that last room, the defense beam will be different than just the cross room like we get in the second room.
The second room and the third room will have that one.
Okay. Thank you.
And what did you say the last room one was? It was a beam from the ceiling.
It's the same one in the second and third. It's just a different version of the laser grid than what we've been seeing.
Okay.
You'll still want to avoid. Whoop. Reset it. Reset it. Reset it.
Something named Sidewinder did it.
Goddamn Hunter. It's always the Hunter's fault.
I clicked the desert flute. Apparently that will pull bosses.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cleansing protocol activated.
Have that. Wind tunnel coming.
Ooh, this is actually a stronger wind. Alright.
Out of that, out of that. Yeah. I know that feeling. What are we at, Val? Okay. Purifying flame, followed by wind tunnel. We're getting. Ready for wind tunnel. Alright. As soon as the wind is done, this first group go ahead and pass through. Out of that.
45.
Second group, go through in twos, please.
Going through.
Hold up, hold up, hold up.
Hold up. Got a big spike there. Out of that. Next group, start going through, one at a time.
Alright, going through.
Three, go. No, holy shit! Too many. Too many. We were still on group 3.
There should not be that many people in that room.
No.
People need to check their groups again.
Yeah. Can we not? Let me ask this question. Can we tank it away from that so that people can see, so we don't have a big group standing on top of it as we're doing the fight? Is there any reason why we're standing close?
Because there's a bit of an edge of a lip and it helps positioning, but I can tank right in the middle.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that can help. Everybody is aware of what group you're in. If you don't know what group you're in, please say so when we talk about which groups are transitioning over.
Here's a better idea. We're splitting each group of 4 people into two and two.
Right.
You look at your raid list, because I'm assuming everybody sees the same order of players.
People should be able to
on their
talk
raid
in
window.
party chat as well. There should only be 3 other people in your party chat, and just amongst you, figure out who the first 2 are and the second 2 are.
Now, I'm not talking about raid frames when I'm saying this. I'm talking about your social raid tab.
Yeah.
So if you're the first 2, in your group, you go first. Does that work?
Yeah, I don't. That's ideal, but again, like Karma said, there's really no reason why people can't.
I think there's a chance that can be different from people, and at least for group 2, that would put Knight in the second of the two, and we probably want him in the first. So I think it probably makes sense to have it discussed amongst the group.
Yeah, that's good too.
There's no way to like shift. I'm not sure how to shift that, but regardless. At least that way, then the people in the group know as well, as opposed to just making assumptions. Because you could just end up with a clump at that point again.
Clumping is bad.
Your first group is just Flurry Purple Armok.
And I actually jumped a little before the other two so that they could come together. And then just, I pumped them back up because I already had my ad almost half dead.
Yep. That's fine. This one is yeah, just a matter of really making sure you're not tunneling.
The boss just falls over in phase 3.
Yeah.
And it only has to be reaching 10%.
Well, she does take more damage there, but you have to do enough damage because that room also builds energy adding. You may notice it builds up a lot faster in heroic. So even though she's taking more damage, there's essentially still a timer on that. So we need to do an element of damage to her in the first 2 rooms. Yeah, it still has that same mechanic. Otherwise, then yeah, the idea would just be charged as quickly as you could into room 3. This one is almost entirely about that transition, getting that down. So. And it will be the thing that will kill pretty much any pug trying to do this, in my opinion.
They're already doing it.
You're already doing it.
5, 4.
Yeah, Mad Pug's it.
2, 1. Protocol activated.
The boss does mean
Percentage we at? Much being in front of the boss like I was. Bad play. It should. After the next win, watch that. Go ahead and transition through group 1.
God damn it. Sorry, that's on me, guys.
Cast combat.
Stuns don't appear to actually stop it from casting in my own way.
Next person in group 2, go through, please. Next person in group 2. What's that? Get out of it. Oh, fuck.
Fuck, like 65.
Group 3, start going. Stabby, you should be. Yeah. Okay. Group 3, start transitioning one at a time. Call it out, please.
Alright, going through.
75.
Alright, group 3. Good. 4 rather. 4.
Going.
Do we have any healers left over here?
Just 90. Go ahead, Akira Chips is dead. Four.
Start moving through one at a time, guys.
Go.
Go.
There's too many people still over here. We've all gone through.
Yeah, I know. And it didn't help that I died. We may need to buy us a little bit more. We need to put another healer on this side.
I think it was just 2 healers were dead.
That didn't help.
But I agree.
We're probably gonna have to start going through. We've been going through at 35. We're probably good to start the first one through at like 30. Even before that first.
Well, go ahead and do it. We don't have to be maximizing the damage on those first 2 chambers.
Right.
Almost 50% there. She only has to get the time.
This is what the beam looks like, everyone.
That's a good point. Yeah, everybody look at that real quick. See that beam? It's coming down from the roof. So
I got everyone.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's.
Anyone else of the one room in Resident Evil with Red Queens dicing people up with lasers?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I always wanted that to be a boss fight.
Is it in the third fight? In the third room, is it the beam also come down the same, or is it like a circle that spins? Or is it just that same matrix that drops from the roof?
It's the same as what we just seen in room 2.
Okay, cool. Feast is down.
Yeah, you gotta stand in what looks to be the bad. Except the bad is gold, so it means it's good.
That's fine. Well, if you want to go heals, that's fine.
The group that I was doing this with last week were calling out the transitions to the next room based on like beams and different things rather than boss energy.
Like after the first cleansing protocol, after the first wind tunnel, that kind of thing?
Yeah, now there was a bit of a DPS phase in the first room, but then it was very systematic based on mechanics, especially going from 2 to 3.
Gotcha.
Because you don't want to be transitioning through a wind phase and a beam phase.
Right.
You know, like there's a lot of stuff going on there and people aren't going to make it.
Yep, that makes sense. What was the room energy at in the second room by the time we all got in there?
25, 30.
Okay. So we were on a transition a little bit earlier in there and then immediately start the transitions through. Yeah. Alright, so we'll plan on doing it at about 20. What's going on? Mushroom is offline. Alright, so we'll do it at 20 and or after that first cleansing protocol, the fire circles.
I heal everybody but you.
3, 2, 1. Virulent strain detected.
What are we at? As soon as the wind is done, group 1 go, please. Group 2 start transitioning, call it out please. Purifying flame in a second. Next person through. Out of that.
Going through?
3 should be, yep.
Alright, Raynorth and Bell. You're the last two.
Red Rover, Red Rover.
Red over, go.
Forward, while going over.
Kira, Townie.
Travis going in.
Tunnel.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
65.
Group 5. Call it out. Let's go.
Going.
Go
ahead, Cold.
You only got one healer left over there.
Get 2.
Slap's going now. It's all of us in group 5.
Lil, go through.
Thank you for the heals. I did not want to do that before that happened.
Wind. Val's going through. Well, after the wind.
You guys should come over, I think.
Alright. Val, go. I'm going through.
Go. Mac, go.
Come on.
Dissection protocol.
950.
2, 1.
Watch your beam.
You. As soon as the beam's through, next group go.
The room doesn't start at 100.
Yeah, red.
Beams coming from the side. What number are we at? Wind tunnel, side. Watch the fire. Alright, start transitioning through.
Get on the swirlies.
Get on the swirls, get on the swirls.
32.
Alright. Transition through group 2. Call it out.
Ouch.
Remember that double beam? That happens every time.
Go ahead and get a res on Knight, please.
What group are we on, please, going through?
Group last person in group 2.
45 minutes.
Is Knight up?
Get on the beams. Knight is up. After this beams, group 3 will be transitioning through. Out of that, quick.
Cast.
We're not moving across fast enough, I don't think.
Beams from the side.
Alright, I'm going through.
3, 2, 1.
Go ahead, Rain. They'll get through when you can. We're just going to be along this side.
in his world.
73.
What group are we on?
Let's go through. Dell, Slap, you guys go through next.
80.
Wow, you go through with them right afterwards. Watch the...
We up enough for me to go?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Slap.
85.
We don't
Dubs,
need
you go
everybody up to kill it.
We're going.
Lil go through. Val go through after her, and then just Val. Val through.
I'm not through yet.
Oh
Oh.
You had me run through into a wind. There's nothing I could do.
I'll through. Hands up.
Alright. Last two in there.
Ah!
That was painful and bullshit.
Let's get the rest of the way, guys. Blessed if it hasn't gone yet.
We got blind. We don't have a healer.
We have a healer in that last room.
Yeah. Guess who?
Is anybody dead in the last room that's a healer?
Yeah. Chubbs is right in the middle.
Right. Get Chubbs up, please.
What's the name?
Chubbs. Group 4. Beams.
Lasers.
25.
Don't worry about the
That was terrible.
What was that from?
Lasers.
Beams. Side.
Let's try to stack on each other a bit more before those fire things come out.
Beams. Inside, looks like. From the top, sorry.
3, 1, 2, 1. Beware. Bacterial resistance to extreme heat. Dissection protocol initiated. 3, 2, 1. Surgical field.
Beams coming from the side.
Samples for study.
Wind tunnel right after that.
3, 2, 1.
Flames coming.
Flames coming while you're in wind.
Bacterial dissection protocol initiated. 1.
Beams.
Three, 2, 1.
Beware. Flames.
10% to go.
Then you'll have a wind tunnel.
Battle rest is up in 3.
Come on, you 5 DPS, pick it up.
What DPS is dead in room 3?
Townie.
Lil.
Go ahead and get Lil up with that res.
I got
Oh, we need a
smashed
tank.
by a
Never mind. Get a tank.
3, 2, 1.
5 for 9.
99. Alright. Okay. Progress. Yep, make progress. Not bad.
I take it the wipe is completed then?
We got into the third room, 15%, so basically 5% difference. We get another couple decent moves, we're in good shape.
Yeah, what did us a lot of us in.
Recovered from internet, whatever.
What owned a lot of us in that third room was the ceiling beam and the fire combo.
Yeah, that's a deadly one.
So if the melee can stack up more.
If everybody
didn't
goes
see the
to the
fire
center
below.
of that line, then we'll all be stacked up. We don't need to mark it, just dead center on that line each time.
That's where we all seem to end up.
That's where we should be.
But if we're all stacked right on top of each other, it's just a matter of moving a couple steps over and we're avoiding the fire. But there was nowhere to go in that little piece of real estate that we had cut out.
From a transitional standpoint, it was a little bit tight, but it felt better. How's everybody feeling on it?
We obviously need to get a little bit faster on that second room. Because I
basically died because we ran out of time to get people over.
Repat.
We can get to that last room with most of us alive, regardless of what the percentage was when we got out of this room before. It's going to give us the best chance at the end because that's the best damage. So I say start at 10% and start moving ourselves through there. And then even if we get to the other room before the 100% mark on the other room, then that's going to get us alive.
Okay, makes sense. Dell, I just swapped you in WA, so you're now in group 4, Dell.
So you go through first in that group with Chubbs.
So we'll do it just. I like this idea of the activities. So we'll send the like blind. You'll go through on that first flames, and then the next you go through right after the flames is up.
Now remember, in the second room, there is a double beam situation that happens. That's a pretty consistent thing from what I saw. You get a ceiling one and a side one, back to back.
Yo.
Hey, you Chubbs. Say it again.
Hello.
All right, thank you.
That's good to know, Val. Thank you.
Did you see the McGurk requested to be moved? Switch with a later DPS for Affliction?
No, I didn't, but I can do that.
I'd say put him in the block group because there's...
It's fun. Mutz, I'm going to switch you and him.
Alright, where's that put me?
You're in 2.
Okay.
The all lock group. Anybody else need a switch? Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Virulent strain detected.
Alright. First 2 go through. As soon as you can after this is up.
Next 2 should go like now. Everybody.
Next 2, yep. Call it out. Knight's going. Get one more from the second group, please. Before going. Tight, hold tight after that. After that.
5.
Bust through, Stabby through. Okay, hold tight. Alright, next 2 through. Addy, Ian, go. Rain. Bell.
Going.
Ready for group 5 yet?
After this vent, go through group 5.
Just group 4.
Group 4, rather. Group 4, sir. 65. Kira, you're next.
Fuck, I got fucked by them.
Townie.
You'll be first on one.
70.
Townie, go through, then Chubbs.
Chubb's going through.
Flap, go ahead and go through.
2.
Cold and Wah, when it's good for you guys, go through after this wind.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Watch the fire on the ground.
87.
Go, cold. Yep. Lil, Gurk, go through.
Val's through.
Val's going through.
McGurk, go.
96.
I'm through.
You guys aren't standing in the AoE circles. You guys need to stand in the circle.
Alright. Clean up the oozes.
First beam's coming. What percentage are we at? Let's go ahead and start transitioning. After this win. Yep.
Alright. There should be a wall beam.
Yep.
There will be a wall beam after this one.
Next two through, please.
What the hell killed me?
Wall beam, wall beam. After this, next two through. After this win, next group through.
We on
going through?
Swirlies.
After the swirlies, Rain and Vel.
Don't forget to watch out for the wall.
Second is coming in 5.
Hey, I'm gonna go through. This is Del.
60%.
Wall beams. As soon as it's passed, Townie and Akira, you're through, please.
65. Disregard.
1.
Wind.
3, 2, 1.
Position.
I got caught.
Beam.
1.
Karma will be without his healer.
1.
Can we get Karma up quick, please?
See him now. And I'm taking it too. Got it off.
Oh, she crossed.
Cross. Slowly cross over.
Stagger.
Goes across.
Go ahead, leave me.
Got it. Going through.
Ah, there's a giant boss.
Wall beams.
Everybody.
We need to heal it up.
Knight or Bella, please.
Knight has strength up, so I'll be the one to choose.
Yep, get me up, please.
Roof beams.
Middle
get on
beams.
this, please.
Stack in the middle.
1.
I'm looking for knights. Gotcha up.
Knight's the only healer. You can do it, I believe in you.
I don't believe.
We lost track in a second.
Ceiling beam.
Gonna be another beam coming. Purifying flames.
50%. 80% to go under.
Beams, wall beams. Then wind tunnel, be right after. After that'll be purifying flames. And wall beams. Oh, no, ceiling beams. Alright. Good job, guys.
Trademark clean kill.
Yeah, well, look, first kill is first kill.
You guys are welcome to the clutch soulstone. You're welcome, Carl.
Proceed with caution. What is this place?
I was at like 2% while that soulstone went off.
Yeah, that was the trick.
Sex, money, mayhem, my DNA.
God damn it.
Have been keeping that abomination alive.
I healed my little paladin heart out at some points.
It's nice. Congrats.
Be right back.
And have you found the answer?
Alright, if anybody has any loot to pass over, please post it.
We do not have that kind of.
You know what it was? Is just needed 2 demon hunters in this fight. You got it.
There you go. That was the trick.
So for next week though, the DPS, there's no reason not to stack because you get the AoE heal from the shaman and the druid on the ground, and there's people not standing in it, and you're not gaining anything by not standing in it, but you're causing a lot of issues for healing when you aren't.
You know what I'm gaining? Not helping your numbers.
These nuts.
We have a
I'm gonna add you to my list of people not to heal.
end to Cahoon's plague once and for all.
There's 2 on there now.
You weren't healing me anyway.
Yay, I'm on a list.
Alright, I think that's good from the heroic standpoint. I want to make sure we get some more working on the later bosses on normal, so we're working on that. So let's head back over to normal. Yeah, this was really fun work right there.
One of the reasons people don't stack is that when we're all in that little circle, when the purifying flame comes out, it's much harder to dodge. And then once you have dodged, you don't necessarily want to run back in because that's more movement, and movement is lost damage.
No, it should be easier because all the purifying flames will be stacked on each other, so everybody just moves left.
Yeah, except if you're in the middle of that, or if you're on the right side of it and everyone moves left, that's a lot more movement than just kind of sidestepping 2 steps.
And of course, the wind and everything else moves to push people around, so it's hard to maintain a specific one. But it's a legitimate point to say that there's an advantage to at least having a general stack.
I would say that it's good to try. I would not say there's no reason not to.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
The specific reason for wanting to do that is when we have a combo of sealing beams and purifying flames. It wiped us attempt before last.
Sealing beams, we have to stand where the zone to stand is anyway, so I'm not sure I follow you.
If you get both at the same time, you can get fire and sealing beams where you can't dodge left or right. So that's really important to stack.
There's only one scenario in the whole encounter where everybody, regardless, needs to stand on top of each other. DPS loss or not.
That is the one situation. I thought you were talking about in general. And in general,
Well, it's something to consider as you go forward. And it's not going to be a make or break. I think, again, the transitions that we got with the heals. Thanks, Wa, for switching over. I do think that made things a lot easier.
Which one did we kill? That cause?
We have the bug left.
we have Zekvoz left. We killed Fetid Devourer and Vectus.
Can I get a repair mount?
I don't know. Can you? I mean,
sure you can. They don't cost that much.
Yeah.
If you're another one of these 10,000 gold people, then I guess you can't.
Why does Andy Dalton have 4 touchdowns in the first half?
Because he was smart and he kept on throwing AJ Green.
Well, I mean, only 3 times for 3 touchdowns.
We ready to start pulling trash? Slap and a cure. You guys in?
Oh. Gary, thanks for benching him.
Are you talking, Del? Because, yeah.
Yes. Fantasy Frieza!
Yes.
Yeah, move the
There'd
raid.
be a reason why I picked that one for you.
I should pick the raid one for that. Thursdays are no longer safe.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Real quiet in here.
Your face.
No, your face.
Oh, a transmorg.
Are these the ones that have dispellable enrages?
There's being a bunch that have dispellable enrages. You know how many enrages being dispelled?
I dispelled one.
2.
Chicken kick out one of the shield.
Remember anesthetic poison? I'm in.
I'm in it.
You guys play the South Park game?
Purple does. I played the first one and died hysterically at the nutsack scene.
The first one's 10 times better than the second one.
Yeah, I played through the first one, and I just haven't been able to stick to the second one.
These
That was good.
disks currently contain 50 megabytes of biological data.
Too focused on WoW, I guess.
But the South Park tower defense for the original Xbox is probably the best game.
Very large made-up number.
Made up unit like they have on Star Trek.
Did you make fun of my tiny tacky?
Nothing on Star Trek is made up.
I guess they actually did a lot of research before they made up turns to make them like semi-plausible.
Anybody see the cartoon series? What it's called? It's on Amazon Prime. It's like how it's supposed to end.
Yeah.
I accept that my Star Trek is in fact space magic and space fantasy and move on from there.
No, that's
good times.
That's Star Wars.
Star Wars is a different
Space-
kind of space fantasy. It's high magic
wizards.
space fantasy.
Ah, gotcha.
Space opera.
Space off.
What's classified as?
Die, motherfuckers!
Kill him!
I thought we did this boss yesterday. Didn't make this yesterday.
Why don't I remember this one?
I had the same problem. This is the guy with the dark patterns on the ground.
And the orbs from the sky.
Orbs from the sky that have to be
beachball.
Oh yeah. The one trashy was like pretty much controlled.
I thought we were on Zool.
One thing we did see in the patch notes, was that they did buff up Vectus right before we did it, so that explains one of the reasons why it was so much more difficult for us this week than it was last week. Last week, the adjustment for the size was proper.
That's true.
So that explains some of the difficulties we had.
This is the guy who channels all the old ones, right?
Right, yeah. So it's like 4 phases. First phase is just 10%, and it's basically the surge thing. So black stuff on the ground, either in a circle around him, or a donut, or a larger ring. So you just have to get out of the dark purple. 90% you transition, you have to kill and control the ads. Spread out, he has a chain lightning type of thing that the more people it jumps to, it does increasing damage. 70% 3 ads come out, they have to be interrupted and stunned. He will debuff people with something called Roiling Deceit that needs to be dropped far away. If people go through Roiling Deceit's cloud after it's been dropped, the kamikazes will come out of the pool and cause a lot of damage. 40% last phase. The orb is falling. It can be kind of hard to see. At least one person has to be in the where it ends. It gets bounced back on the air and randomly lands somewhere else. When the orb hits you, you get mind controlled. You get a very strong positive burst of damage, then you're mind controlled. Ideally, the DPS are grabbing that so that they get that nice burst of power with which to kill him.
I'm sorry, Sol. Can you say that one thing about the dot we're going to be looking for that drops the cloud? What was that called again?
Roiling Deceit.
Thank you.
Yep.
And in normal, the mind control people, if you damage them, you can break them out of it so that they're not lost to the fight forever.
Right. Apparently, higher up means they die. Put the feast down.
Glass us around.
Don't think we're gonna have another cauldron, so we'll go with individual flasks on this one.
I have no individual flasks. Does anyone have a spare int flask?
I don't have one either.
Best I can do is an old one.
I still got my crystal.
Yeah, if we're going old ones, I'll just use my crystal.
Okay. Anchorweed is a major pain in the ass right now.
Alright, this is donuts, boss.
Yes, donuts. Bad purple donuts.
See purple, go on a diet.
Bad purple.
Already done that.
No donut.
I can eat what I want.
No more donuts.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Remember to spread out.
That's not a fake hole.
There's two accounts out.
Missed it.
Alright, get out of the purple. You're purple.
Wait, that can be dispelled without dropping anything?
Searching darkness? Which one are you talking about?
Add the purple arrow for me.
Ads coming up?
Got a purple.
Bar purple. Move it.
There's also another ad now, the Void Weavers.
Interrupt it.
Stuns work.
Rolling seat, you're supposed to, yeah, go. Everybody watch out for that, don't run through that puddle as you get donuts.
Is that not far enough?
The elite would be farther, at least one of the cubby holes.
Okay, not bad.
Donuts. center hold. And center's bad. Coming up on 40%, we'll see orb drops. Orb drops coming. Orb on the ground, they kind of are.
Guys, interrupt the ads.
Trying.
Anybody see the orbs dropping?
I do not.
You gonna lust it?
Sure, it's out yet.
Add.
Take that out, list.
Anyone have an innervate?
It's coming out now. Orb of Corruption, that's what it's called.
Bounce that.
One behind the tank. And go jump in there.
I get it.
I got it.
Alright, alright.
I'll be in front.
Position open. Swing left hand.
Switch
my tank.
You're welcome, Savvy.
I'm gonna be MC'd in a second.
Back up in the air.
Christ, thanks for all the dots.
Cool.
Alright.
Nice.
That's it, I guess.
I only put 2 on you just to.
I know we've watched it once, but it's decently cool enough, so I'll watch it again.
Yeah. Plus, people can spend time to figure out how to get over there.
My first time. Oh, and I just
Run it
lost it.
automatically through the DBM.
Well, it's pretty short. It might have just finished.
Yeah.
I have shoulders up for roll. The cloth.
Put them, like, link them in raid.
Post them up in raid so people can see. Alright, 355 cloth shoulders. Roll if you're interested.
Nice strong roll right out the gate.
Last call. Fight you to death between the warlocks. All
That
right.
is literally my best passive. So, yay.
You're in the
Yeah,
roll
it's
anyway.
not it's a sideways item level for me, so it's up. You want to take it?
Thank you.
Okay. Go into Lil. Thanks. Flap, roll better.
Never gonna happen.
Figured.
What is re-origination array?
You want at least one of those.
Yeah. So it's within here. You get a buff if you've got one of those as your choices.
Everyone's
75
actually
or whatever your highest secondary stack is. That is. It stacks up. You get a stack each week for killing 3 bosses.
Yeah, it's a hidden quest. Everyone's currently actually on it, getting those stacks. So once they actually get the item, they'll have those stacks from the hidden quest.
I'm gonna grab this Dominator.
Yep, that's what they say.
Alright, I'll go grab it, even though I really want Crashing Chaos.
Yeah, it'll end up being after 2 weeks, 750, whatever that stat is.
Does it transfer to another piece of gear if you switch them?
Yes, because that's the background quest that does that. It won't transfer to the next tier.
Yeah, everything will stay. It's based off your character and the raid.
It's supposed to be a sort of...
As long as you just have one buff active in here, you'll be good.
Alright, cool. So you have to kill 3 bosses and you get a stack?
Weak.
Neat.
Does that count for like LFR too?
I think it does.
So you're saying I have to go run LFR now if we don't kill 3 more bosses?
No, we already killed 3
yesterday.
But I didn't have it.
Doesn't matter.
Even mages. I was trying to pull that Bloodweaver.
Oh, this could be bad.
Shield back up.
Hey!
Can't hit it.
I hate this spot.
There is so much fucking line of sight bullshit.
Because he starts like immediately after you clear these.
Yeah, those steps are line of sight.
Yeah, they're not great.
Where are you?
I'm hiding around the corner and it's not helping me.
Yeah, no, put you on line of sight of me.
I realized it. I was running forwards.
I'm pink.
That was fun.
That's this entire fight in a nutshell.
This one was a little chaotic.
Yeah.
Kind of like it though.
It was a fun fight. It's just, yeah, it's a muddling game.
I don't like this fight.
You love it?
No. I don't like ad fights in general, though. It's just a personal thing, and I just don't like them. There makes sense to have some. Zool is a well-designed one, just not my favorite.
Every boss should be pepper gut. All of them. Tank and spank all day.
Trust me, I'm not advocating for a return to the days of Patchwork, where as a warlock you were judged by your success at having sub 100 life and mana at the end of the fight.
I love Patchwork.
Of course you do.
You can go hit the target dummy in Ogrimmar while we do this if you want.
No, Patchwork was the ultimate DPS healing check.
That's why I'm saying you can go hit the target dummy instead of this if you'd like.
I tend to like fights like those. Where everybody in the raid has to pull a right.
Well, there's different types of personal responsibility fights that they've evolved a little bit more. They've gotten away from just pure DPS, but being able to do mechanics. They've got a lot more situations nowadays where if you do the mechanic wrong, you're wiping the raid, a la passing through the screens at the wrong time on Mother.
Yeah, Del, when you start pulling your weight.
The other thing about Patchwork is they said it was a DPS check. It wasn't. It was a healer check, and they just don't do healing rotations like that anymore.
So I was actually thinking about it for Mother. It might have been kind of useful in some ways.
Well, Mother is truly a healer check fight.
Yeah.
The entire tempo is based off of what your healers do.
Yeah, that's nice.
They weren't few lousy healers because I went straight through to room 3.
Don't worry, we weren't healing you, so...
As much as I want to sell them,
oh, I noticed.
Does anybody actually need those?
I'll take them in DE.
Oh, no,
I'll take them and add them to the Bank of Will.
I'm gonna not be broke for like 10 minutes. Nobody needs them.
Ooh, more
Yeah, congrats, another one.
Nice.
I was just complaining about trash too. Trash is awesome. We need more trash.
No, keep complaining. Keep complaining.
Well, you got that drop, and I just thought to myself, I should be looting things.
I never get anything.
Would it be possible for us to stack on these stairs that are to the left of us and not get the boss when we kill all the ads?
That might be worth a try.
I think we should be total badasses and just kill them.
Your healer's begging you.
I gave up my gambling addiction because I ran out of money. It's a good way of giving it up.
Very responsible.
Now you have money again, right?
Uh-oh. See? See? I would have lost again.
Yeah, when you told me you
Yep, see, I would have lost a lot of money right there.
It's not our problem.
Alright, so in case he does pop as soon as we kill this last guy, 2-phase fight, transitions at 40%. First phase is all about the ads. Crushers need to be tanked. Crushing pulse needs to be 30-yard ranged away. The priority is the blood hexers. We decided that we want to lust on the first blood hexer, is that correct? No, we did last time. No, lust on the boss. We needed to pull on the boss. Right, okay. Lust on pull. The blood hexers have a thing called blood shard that hits lowest health person that can be interrupted. The Krogs are tanked on the boss. Just cleave down. They heal based on the damage they do. Thank you, Mr. Buff tank. Dark Retaliation buff. You have to move it out when the buff falls off. The debuff falls off you. It spawns the ads that fixate on people and try to run in and cause fear. They can be killed by a dispel. We have 2 shaman, and whoever is a blood elf can assist with that. But that's primarily going to be on the shaman. Corpse swap.
Yep.
I'd love to help you, but I'm not on that tune anymore.
Traitor.
Will send him back.
Isn't Master Spell still a thing?
Master Spell is also viable, so Chubbs, you can get one.
Yeah, I got you.
Just call it out as you're working on it. Like I said, as a shaman, I was able to get them all down before they pulled. So, alright, so we're gonna tank everything on top of the boss initially. Lust, as soon as everybody's in position. Blow everything you got up front to make the transition as fast as possible. At 40%, there's no new ads. Does a frontal cone that leaves a pool behind. Death Wish will debuff people that start running towards the edge. They'll jump off the edge if it's not dispelled. Other than that, it's just a continuation of the other stuff. Anybody else remember anything from the second phase that gave us trouble? I don't really remember anything.
Is that like mage thing where they freeze mobs in place? Can that be like changed to something else?
What?
I'm not sure.
It just seems like it's probably like a PvP talent or something that's passive.
What? We're not following what
Yeah,
you're
what's
asking here.
What's up, Death? What are you
Okay,
looking
well-
for something to happen or not to happen?
No, it's only good with really only one mob in this whole fight. But there was, when I was trying to pull those blood drinkers or whatever they were, blood hexers, they kind of got frozen in place a few times.
I don't think that works on like anything in the actual fight.
Well, he was saying last time we did it, the blood hexers were getting rooted and negating the death grip. So whatever was doing that was making so the death grip pull wasn't working.
That might be Glacial Spike.
It's not just that. Everything. Like I
I've
could
noticed
never
that
get
when
the-
it hits with a flurry, it'll freeze them in place.
Yeah, it's I could never get the hexers in. Every time I would get them interrupted, like I would have purple charge and that's when my grip's done, and then a frost mage hits it and now it's 40% slowed. I was like, it's Kim, just be there.
Yeah, I think the hexers are subject to all that stuff, so yeah, I can see that being a problem. I do not remember Corrupted Blood.
Corrupted blood's the ability that the hexers produce that heals him if it gets to him.
Oh, right.
In theory, you should just explode the hexers and he never casts it.
Yeah, but there's a timer to it. It's after, I think about like a minute after they're up or something like that.
The hexers congeal the blood. They spend that's the animated, the red blob thing that attempts to move to Zul. If they get to Zul, they start healing him. They can be knocked back, and they lose health every half second. So it's a matter of killing. Whatever health they have when they get close to Zul, they will transfer it to Zul. Thanks, Ray. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think the buff is related to the range. That might just be... Oh, I think that might just be in Heroic that the Blood Hexers get the buff where they have to be 20 yards apart.
It's on them right now. I mean, granted, there's only one there, but it's on.
That's from the Crusher.
No, blood hexes do have their
It
aura
says
in normal.
within 20 yards.
Singling presence.
So they seem to be about 20 yards away.
It's not a problem we were having because we were having
Yeah,
trouble getting even one moving.
Yeah, we couldn't get one.
I think that's just to keep them from being tried to tank them on top of the boss, basically.
But we can still have one in the group. We just have to have one away.
Right.
It remains to be seen whether we can get one in the group.
Yeah, that's it.
At least
That's an ideal.
At least this first one, I think we did it pretty well.
We have Death Knights, right? They can just grab it.
Just one.
We only need to grab one.
Purple, why don't you level your Death Knight real quick?
No.
Any other questions? Anything else I missed?
You want Luster right off the beginning, right?
Yeah, as soon as we get everything
Alright.
grouped up, positioned, and can start unloading, that's basically the objective: is transition as fast as we can, 40%.
No worries.
Five.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Come, fools! I've already seen your end!
Debuff out. Get rid of the spells.
Crocs first.
Rise from my blood to crush the wind.
Roger up.
That's right.
Pictures up.
Rise from my blood to crush the wind.
Get out. Get rid of the spells, please. Spell those things. Roger out.
Can I get an innervate?
Corruption, phase 2.
Get the ads down.
I've got Zol first.
Done.
Yeah, make sure you dispel while they're like close to the edge.
That's great.
Keep blind up, please. Keep blind up, please.
Wrong. I'm not sure.
No. Help putting me in the middle to drop the blood puddle.
Okay, get him when you can.
Are you up?
Absorbing some of your damage for you.
Cool. People are gonna get away from the spawn. One's gonna make this stand. They're gonna have to make a pretty large movement. Well, much light's produced.
If anyone wants to grab me, I got stuck. Thank you, man.
Get blind up.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Good enough.
That was actually
In
good the
case,
first time.
in case anyone, people missed it, Blind actually ran off the edge of the platform on the first transition. Just kind of pulled a Dell, just like walked to the edge and fell.
I just rolled off, so don't feel bad. I totally got hung up on a corner,
my screen,
tried to turn it, and just rolled.
Like, so on my screen, I stopped right here, and then all of a sudden just kind of slid through the floor off the ledge, and I was like, what? Is that not a real ledge?
By the way, if you stay
Everybody stand in the middle.
You're gonna fall down.
If you weren't here last week, there's a pretty neat show on this next part, and you're going to want to stand right in the middle of that seal to get a good look at it.
Got the best view.
I'm gone.
You are none of you stupid enough for this.
I'm not a coward.
Oh God! We'll come and get the shoot.
I'm a coward.
3, 2,
Run from destruction.
Shit like this is why I'm poor.
Alright, so Lil has got a intellect dagger up for roll. You can roll, Savvy, but you're not getting it.
I will disenchant that fucker before I give it to a rogue. I want the transmog.
Roll.
I can't believe the rogue tried to do that. Hunter weapon.
Why did it have to be a dagger?
Because you want it.
Because I am in desperate need of a one hand with int on it.
I'm rocking a wand, but looks like Val.
Yeah, I've seen that to Val since I think Rain and Wa have both gotten something recently.
Val's also got something.
Has Val already got some too?
No, I'm just kidding.
You people! Anyway. I go to Val unless anybody can make a justification otherwise.
It has haste.
There you go. Go to Val.
I want haste too, but I have a 365 and it's better even though my 365 doesn't have haste on it.
I just don't like using staffs because they're ugly. I want my shield back.
I want another one though, because it's kind of cool looking.
Where'd that karma guy go? Never mind.
So basically we figured out you just drop stuff down. It's a 2-stage fight. The key is the generation of existent fragments, which are these smaller green orbs. Anyone who gains a stack of annihilation, which reduces your maximum health, or anyone who gets damaged generates an existence fragment. If you touch an existing fragment, you consume it and it removes 2 stacks of the debuff. We have to make sure that we have enough existent fragments out for the tanks to use, so try not to use the ones right near the tank. Try to leave the ones in melee range more open. He casts a blast, which is a big wind-up beam of death. You got to get out from in front of that. Ruin is a dot with an explosion at the end, and as distance comes, the amount of damage from the explosion drops off. And then the trickiest thing is a mind control sphere that spawns on a target. Any damage to that person will knock them back slightly. Any knockback ability can also be used, but you want to knock them out from underneath the orb. So if you're damaging them, make sure everybody's damaging them in the same direction. We had some people bopping back and forth.
Those of us with pets will need to be careful since the pet tend to get behind the person.
Right.
You might end up kind of bopping them back and forth.
I mean, the best actually, why don't we just make it consistent? As best you can, try to get behind the person to do damage to them. How about that?
Also, for relative point, people like all the druids, I think mages might have one. The just on command knockback are the best solution because they do the least amount of damage.
Yep. Alright, stage 2 is an ads only phase. 2 spheres spawn. What else? That's the mind control spheres. There's the obliteration, wind up beam of death, visions of madness spawn. They do this little eye tentacle things. They do a flay. They have to be stunned to stop the cast. Those need to be killed. And destroyers spawn. They have to be tanked 40 yards apart. They do a volley, and that needs to be interrupted. So kill the ads.
Also, if you're using DBM, throw up a range 5. The sphere is 5 yards. So if you're not within 5 yards of people, only you will get hit by the sphere if it targets you. It is pretty important to try to avoid multiple people getting hit by spheres, because each person does 13,000 to the entire raid when they get knocked out of the sphere.
Good enough. Alright, everybody can go ahead and drop down to the first slip here.
Everybody's double water walking, which means double the chances of success.
Notice that.
Platforms.
Who dropped
Do I want to let me die?
part of that?
Do it.
Well, he's mind control.
One.
I don't think the boss knows what to do with this.
Balls.
He's gonna kill us. Is what he's gonna do.
He's gonna kill all of us. That's in fact exactly what's going to happen.
Oh, is he mind controlling y'all too?
Yeah.
2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Everybody, just go ahead and drop on downward. This one, we're not gonna be able to undo it. So,
3, 2.
just go ahead and find something to die in.
If I reincarnate, can I res everybody in here? Is there a spot where you
No.
Anywhere in here.
You could, you shouldn't.
1.
So if you're in here and the boss is not pulled, there's a giant dot of doom that you just like drop down and die.
In case it hasn't been said, each one of those little green orbs takes away 2 stacks.
Right.
And quite frankly, if you're not a tank, until you get up to like 10 stacks, you shouldn't even care.
The annihilation just reduces your health, your overall health. So yeah, it in and of itself, anything before 10 you can handle, and you just need to knock a couple off. We just need to make sure we're leaving them for the tank, because the tanks don't generate them right next to each other. So again, can we drop down the ledge without going all the way down?
Yes.
Possible, okay?
Are we
Creo
going
que
to
no
put
es
down
posible.
a table?
I'll put down a table down here on the ledge. Table is down. Yeah, the easiest way to do the ledge is to go out on a slant as opposed to directly at it.
No fair. Purple can actually drop without taking damage. Because he can charge.
If you're a goblin, you can just goblin hop at the right time.
I'll just slow fall him as soon as he jumps.
Would a monk roll work?
Monk roll does not work.
Blink
Alright.
does, though.
Aren't there those potions that make you take less drop damage?
Yeah, you won't.
Do the earthquake elixir still work? Or is that a Legion only thing? Anybody got any questions? I'll just drop it at the same time, so.
What is this wisp thing?
Alright, on the tanks. We'll all drop down at the same time at 10. Full countdown, sorry. Make that clear.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And look for that 5-yard spread, guys.
3, 2, 1.
Don't we usually reload?
Yeah. Go ahead and let's.
1. 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Blast, dodge that beam.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
sure to keep your spread.
3, 2, 1.
And
beware.
They're up, guys.
Keep not killing ads.
Okay, gotta kill the ads.
The destroyers die first. Then the visions.
Trying. I feel like there's nobody else targeting this ad.
Seems like the team.
It's going real slow.
Yeah, it is.
There we go. I think they might have been too close.
Yeah, they got pulled by an Earth Elemental, and I was fighting their Elemental for control.
Must have been the other guy.
I have many mind flays on me. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess this is a light.
Yep, it's gonna be light.
We're taking way too long on that kill.
So, one of the things I saw for this phase 2...
You sure we don't want to save lust for that point in time?
Beware.
There's several of those.
One of the things
That
I saw
one
for this
was
phase
such
2 is to have the raid stack over by one of the ads, because the Mindflay ads pop off of where you're at, so it keeps all those stacked together, and then you can have the other tank runs over and holds the other ad with like one healer halfway between them. And generally speaking, as long as that tank is close to the boss, he will, for the most of the part, target that tank with the laser. It does mean that there's a chance if you get targeted and you're in the group, you need to move the laser away from the group. And then everybody burns that ad, burns their flares, runs over, burns the other tank's ad.
Don't forget your repair, guys.
So we focusing on the big ad on the right.
So, I want to make sure I understand, Blood. We stack up all on top of each other on one side to kill the big ad?
Yes. And because the flare ads spawn off of you and they move like 2 feet from the person they spawned off of.
Yeah.
So that keeps all the flares also stacked in the same area.
So we still have to watch out, though, for the obliteration beam, right? Because, I mean, that could catch
Yes. But there's a bit of a trick to it. If someone is standing right in his melee range, most of the time he will target that person. So as the off tank, I'll stand right on his melee on the other side, and he'll keep targeting me, and I'll just wiggle back and forth with it. It will occasionally still target the group, but that just means whoever gets targeted moves out.
Okay, got it. Do we need to set a marker up in a particular spot to collapse on?
The groups I've seen have done both, put a marker and just had someone that they had a stack person on.
Based on where the best ad is, we'll either go to that blue or green marker. Does that work?
Yep.
Up, down, Baptiste.
We also need to do a better job of interrupting the void volley on the large ads. If you really only have one interrupt or something like that, save it for the void volley. Mind flayers are going to eventually get off, but the void volleys do a lot of damage.
Yeah, the small ads can't be death gripped either.
Anybody else have any questions or observations up to the first one? No?
Was green for the raid or for the solo tank?
Probably. I'm assuming that green will be for the solo and that blue will be for the raid. Do you put another marker out there just in case, or is that enough?
That's fine.
Okay. So it collapse on blue and they add face.
I'll take the solo one raced because I have 2 interrupts.
Oh, I'll put you on green.
Alrighty. Count it down.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh no! Fuck!
1.
Everybody go.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Blast. Watch that blast.
3, 2, 1.
Or cold.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Destruction.
Watch 5 yards of range.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
1.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, he really thinks. Okay, this ping ponging bullshit can stop.
1.
Range to blue. Group to raid blue.
You guys are just.
Sorry.
Purple, you're hitting me back in, man.
So we gonna group up or what?
Yeah, everybody should be over at the blue. On top of the.
Don't forget to interrupt.
Beware.
We're going to get the.
Beware.
We have watch the blast. Blast.
Beware.
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we need to have people switch over to the other large guy that's in there.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
Is this a wipe?
3, 2, 1.
Probably.
Beware.
Blast.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
So on that 75%, we'll all group up on the blue marker. Wherever the big mob is, that's where everybody will collapse onto. After we kill the first big one, we go to the second big one, then we work on the eye stalks, then we work on the other ends.
Alright, I'm stopping healing.
Yeah.
Beware.
1.
3, 2, 1.
Yourself to the plague.
Once again, don't forget to repair.
He's going up on the ledge.
Fuck.
And Alright, we did not pull it.
I'll come to the ledge so I can jump to you, save myself.
I'm going to put a crappy spirit cauldron down on the ledge as well for people to grab flasks. That's all I got. Yellow marker.
Okay, we all know where blue is, right?
Hopefully, if you're not colorblind.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good idea, though, that if we stack up, that would make it so much easier for us to cleave it down.
Yep. Makes sense. But it's important that even the range are getting in there, so basically everybody's standing in the milling clump at that point, please.
Yeah, we have what, 2 shamans that can do the capacitor. What is it? Capacitor totem.
Yep.
I can do a what now?
So you can do like a mass stun. Also, demon hunters can do that too.
Hell, I even have leg sweep. So.
Capacitor, I might get to spec into it, I think.
Is anyone in Massachusetts?
I know I do.
Yes.
No, we used to be, but we saw that on the news.
Yeah, there's been a series of explosions in houses across several towns in Massachusetts. Apparently, they overpressurized a gas main.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, they were in neighboring towns. I lived
Dude,
right next
I
to it.
heard. Yeah, I heard a couple of them, and I live on Cape Cod. I thought it was
really far from.
I thought it was some random dipshits just shooting off fireworks.
No.
It probably was in Cape Cod. It's really far from Cape Cod.
It's like an hour and a half.
Depends on what part he was on in Cape Cod. If he was on the little tippity of the finger.
The what? Really far.
The tippity of the finger.
Of the finger?
One P-Town?
Yeah.
Alright.
Been there, I don't
What
live
am I
there.
using my stun on?
When we're all gathered up, any ads that are in there, those little ads are spawning on top of us, for example. That would be a good use of that. The totem.
Okay.
And we didn't lust at the beginning. So I didn't, that got pretty hairy pretty quick. I didn't know if you wanted to just keep doing it at the start.
Yeah, let's keep it at the start for right now.
Okay.
Alright, let's give it a countdown, and we'll go.
It says like Lawrence, Andover area.
Yeah.
1. Three, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'll move.
I see it. I got you gotta relax.
Call out if you're attacking someone. Don't just attack.
3, 2, 1.
one.
Beware.
Blast. If the tanks have the ability to call up that blast, it would be a good thing to just give one heads up.
Beware.
Blast.
1.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Blast.
3, 2, 1.
That's change.
Alright, gather up on blue.
3, 2, 1.
Ah, it's hitting me.
Stacked. Really kind of need that ag closer to the blue.
Beware.
Possible. Ah. That
Too
was
close.
not good.
Too close.
Yeah. Wheat.
Beware.
Bean. Bean.
Beware. Beware.
Not sure stacking shield.
Just seems like a lot of damage to take at once.
Well, the other problem is we talked about stacking at the blue, but that's not where the mob spawns. So we're either going to the mob or going to the marker. We split the roads that time. That's what caused the beam to rotate. That was sort of a bad call on my part. I apologize.
Beware.
But yeah, the beams are doing a lot of damage.
1.
Yeah, ads aren't really easy to take down either.
I think I got hit by it like 3 times. I don't know why. It just keeps looking like it's on one way and I'm right in front of it.
The beam has a cast time, right? I was seeing that.
It has a cast time, but it's not a very long one.
In phase 2, it's also particularly difficult to tell where he's facing.
Yeah.
That's because he's always facing towards the tank, and then he flips to cast a spell.
I want to see if that would work.
I relocated the marks a little bit further towards the edge.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem to be prioritizing me, even though I'm standing on top of him.
Yeah, I thought the benefit.
Hey, Bell.
That we-
Have a good one.
Yeah, I thought the
When
benefit
everything's a
was.
blur, it's hard for me to cast my dots.
Yeah, I feel you. More dots. Yeah, if he's casting it on the raid most of the time, or even half the time, it's just not worth stacking.
The little ads, do they not spawn near us every time? Because they were really close together that time. We could actually AoE.
They always spawn on you.
Yeah.
Whoever they make a clone of, they spawn like 3 yards away from that person.
I felt like that was a lot easier to take care of those.
Put down feast. I think the idea is sound, but I think we may be losing it just in terms of the transition time. So let's still make sure that we're focusing on killing blinds ad first, then Karma's big ad, then the little ones.
You mean the other way around?
Yeah, it's mine first.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. race ad first, the big ad first. That will be probably in the general area of the blue, but we don't have to worry so much about the absolute stack.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Destruction.
Up.
Beware. Aspiration.
1. 3, 2, 1.
From destruction.
So are we stacking up over at blue again?
General area, but don't worry about a tight stack. Blast, blast.
Plus is every 15 seconds.
2, 1.
Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
Make sure you're getting ruined to the edge of the room.
Beware.
1. 3, 2, 1.
Where's Josh?
Beware.
1. 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
That did not work.
Demon 4. Beam. Demon 2. Beam. Demon 2.
Beware.
Beam. Demon 2. Beam.
I was a jerk. I'm sorry.
Demon 2.
Beam. Boss when he comes up.
English over in 6 seconds.
3, 1.
Beam.
1.
Sorry, I'm wrong. Blast 2.
Beware.
Blast.
I'm stuck. Can someone get me out?
I'm out of range.
Yeah, cheat.
Go ahead and get Knight up.
Beware.
Blast, blast.
1. 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Beware. Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Beware. Blast.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Beware. Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Beware. Blast.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Got it.
1.
Beware. That blast.
3, 2, 1.
From destruction.
Beware. Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Intermissions at what, 33?
2,
I think so.
1.
Is there an interface available?
Beware. Blast.
3, 2, 1.
Intermission?
3, 2, 1.
Can somebody knock me out, please?
I was working on it. I wasn't staring at the boss. Sorry.
Beware. Beam.
First thing, first down.
Beware. Beware. Beam.
The fuck? Is it constantly talking to me?
There's like 7 of them.
Two, 1.
Still good.
Best thing to look for beams is his tentacles on his back. Point forward. If you move your camera so you can see the top of them.
The 3 of you that were left at the end of intermission really dropped the ball there.
I was only at like 29 stacks because it took so long to kill the ad.
It seems when I drop that debuff at like the end or the edge of the room, it seems as if it drops those green bubbles instead of that little void.
It drops green bubbles. Everything that does damage drops green bubbles, basically. But it also explodes and deals damage.